Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Carnist Nonsense. And today we're going to be discussing Bobby's perspective. For longtime viewers of this channel, I'm sure you're quite familiar with him. Bobby used to run a vegan channel, but then he became an ex-vegan, and as the story goes, he ate a bunch of magic mushrooms, and then he became convinced that he had to quit veganism. And then later on, he did magic mushrooms again, and then he became convinced that he needed to become a Christian. It's funny, it's almost as if you can only make these decisions while in a delusional state of mind. And just recently, Bobby uploaded a video titled
Top 10 Reasons Not to Go Vegan. Now, listen guys, just like how in the Bible we have 10 commandments, we need 10 commandments as to why we should not go vegan. And I say, for commandment number 1, vegetables are disgusting. Just try to feed a child a piece of broccoli and he will spit it out. Children would much rather have a big, thick sausage jabbed into their mouths. That is why Catholic priests are so popular with children.
Today we're going to react to Live Kindly. Live Kindly is a YouTube channel with roughly 70,000 subscribers, and they just uploaded a video called 10 Reasons Not to Go Vegan. Top 10. Yeah, very edgy title.
Number 1. The food is truly terrible. Everyone knows that vegan food is all nuts and berries and grass. Lots and lots of grass. It's definitely not possible to get your hands on vegan pizza, burgers, chicken, ice cream, donuts, or anything that isn't grass.
Wow, as I can see, you speak sarcasm fluently. Look at this! This just proves my point. You guys don't like vegetables. You guys don't want to eat grass. You guys are not herbivores. This is why you try to replicate meat with plants.
Well, Bobby, the largest and most successful populations in human history relied on plant foods as a staple of their diet, and I doubt that if human beings genuinely hated vegetables and we didn't get any kind of health or survival benefits from eating them, I doubt we'd keep cultivating them, selling them, eating them every day. Like, all of these examples that you showed on screen of like, oh, this is proof vegans hate vegetables. Notice how there's vegetables in literally every single one of these foods. So I don't know what your aversion is to plants, Bobby, but since you're so obsessed with meat, maybe you'd like to check out my OnlyFans. You can see my big, thick, fat sausage on there. And that's not a joke, by the way. I do nudes on OnlyFans, so there you go.
Alright guys, I just took a look at Vegan Gains' OnlyFans and I have to say it is very unappealing. His penis is not like a sausage at all. It is much more like a big, thick cucumber. This is why I do not like vegetables. Their big, thick, phallic shape makes me feel inadequate as a man. This is what veganism does to you. It turns your penis into a big, gigantic cucumber.
Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Wegmans, and Target are among the supermarkets that offer a range of plant-based options.
Plant-based options. Does this look like a plant to you? Why do you crave something that looks bloody? Why do you crave something that looks like meat? And why don't you ask those questions? How did you grow up as a kid? Did you never ask your parents what is going on around you? What is happening to this world? What is this? Can you please explain? Why do you eat this?
Well, Bobby, I knew kids who ate their own boogers, so maybe we shouldn't base our dietary choices on what kids like to eat. Jesus Christ.
Number 2. You'll miss the taste of meat.
Duh!
Unlike meat eaters, vegans cannot season their foods with herbs, spices, condiments, and sauces to add flavor to the texture. Unless, by some miracle, you have access to the internet or recipe books. Without
This is so retarded. The argument is not if you can add spices, which are plants anyways, but if you can eat the food in its raw state and enjoy it. aka steak tartare.
Steak tartare is a meat dish made from raw ground minced beef or horse meat. It is usually served with onions, capers, pepper, Worcestershire sauce, and other seasonings. Those are plants, Bobby. What point were you trying to make here?
You can't mimic the taste of fried chicken using
Mimic. Yes, mimic. You can mimic the taste. You cannot mimic the nutrition.
Yeah, Bobby, according to the latest Oxford vegetarian cohort, vegans and vegetarians are the longest living diet group. So yeah, unfortunately, we can't mimic the nutrition in meat. We can't make these vegan mock meats as unhealthy as the real thing, unfortunately.
Number 3. You will become protein deficient.
Yes, you will.
Protein deficiency is a genuine fear among the vegan community. This is because of the lack of access vegans have to protein. If you don't visit stores or supermarkets, vegan sources of protein like beans, nuts, seeds, plant-based meat products, tofu, chickpeas, lentils,
Again, what you have is anti-nutrients or processed gunk.
and a wide variety of legumes are hard to come by. If you are an athlete, it is also tricky to be a success in your field without eating meat for protein.
All you're showing us is a couple of athletes that will drop out of veganism like the rest. It happens every day.
Well, Bobby, I've been vegan for 10 years now. I don't have any plans on quitting anytime soon. And I'd say I've gotten pretty big and strong as a vegan. I'm 6'3", 230 pounds. Yeah, I've got some good gains going on here. But I'm sure with all the meat you're eating, all that additional protein and nutrients you consume, I'm sure you could kick my ass, right? So why don't we set up a boxing or MMA match, and you can prove how much bigger, stronger, faster you are than all these vegan athletes, including me? I actually remember I challenged you to a boxing match like a couple years ago, and for some reason, you just went quiet. You wouldn't respond back to me. In fact, you're so terrified of me, you even refuse to do online debates where there's absolutely no risk of physical injury. So it's funny how you're talking all this trash about vegan athletes. Oh, they're weak, they can't perform. I'm so much stronger and bigger and faster than them because I eat meat. But you just run away from every single challenge a vegan ever gives you. Huh, weird. So maybe if you keep eating your steak tartare, I don't know, your balls will finally drop. And when that happens, just message me anytime, dude. Let's set up a boxing MMA match and let's settle things.
Number 4. You'll miss cheese too much. It's not that you're addicted to cheese, it's just that you can't foresee a life without the gooey, stringy, melty, tasty yellow stuff that's made from cow's milk.
Yes, it's delicious and nutritious.
Cheese is neither delicious nor nutritious. I don't know why Bobby likes the taste of feet so much, but then he has an issue with eating broccoli. And cheese is just loaded with artery-clogging saturated fat. If you want to meet your imaginary friend in the sky so bad, you know, there's a quicker way of doing that than just giving yourself heart disease.
Want to eat out, or you fancy making your own cheesy dish, you simply can't. Unless you buy Kite Hill's vegan ricotta cheese, or you try out Violife's range of dairy-free cheeses, or Dea's, or Miyoko's, or Butte Island.
This is amazing, man. Veganism is nothing but consumerism within this capitalistic structure. This is a globalistic agenda. Don't you see this? Meanwhile, you can get some goats. Meanwhile, you can have some cows. You can live environmentally friendly and make your own cheese. But no, that is bigoted. No, that is evil. That is unethical. Go vegan, everyone.
So it's pretty funny how Bobby is criticizing veganism for supporting consumerism, being very pro-capitalist and money-hungry. Yeah, look at the description in Bobby's video. He has links to his Teespring store where he's selling merch like t-shirts. He has all of these Amazon affiliate links, and he even has a GoFundMe and Patreon where he's just asking for people to give him money. So, oh, isn't that funny, Bobby? It looks like you're supporting consumerism and capitalism yourself, and you're trying to make some money off of people. So much for, oh, yeah, just get a few chickens and pigs and cows and goats and just live off the land free without any money or capitalism. And yeah, Bobby, I would say that slavery and murder is wrong. I know this might be hard for you to understand being a Christian since the Bible supports slavery and murder. But yeah, most rational thinking human beings We all think murder and slavery are wrong.
Number 5. You'll miss eggs too much. Eggs are a staple of many diets and a key part of many meals.
Yes, but ask yourself why it is a staple. Yet again, those vegans just eat for taste. This is yummy. I want to have a replacement, please. Eggs are loaded with vitamins. You have vitamin A, vitamin D, K2 in those eggs, beautifully put together.
So eggs are disgusting, they taste like farts, and worse yet, they contain saturated fat and cholesterol, which will raise your serum cholesterol score, and that is the principal risk factor for heart disease. So you should throw eggs out of your diet. There are better sources of nutrients like vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin K. You can get those nutrients from plant foods or through supplementation. So yeah, maybe it's a better idea to eat something like Just Egg, a vegan substitute. That way you can get that delicious fart taste in your mouth without putting yourself at risk for heart disease.
Number 6. You can't easily buy food on the go. It has always been difficult for vegans to grab a sandwich on the go, and in the last few years, there has been no change to this. If you don't count the fact that a number of supermarkets now offer at least 1 or 2 vegan-friendly sandwiches, you'd have to ignore the sandwich change popping up everywhere from Los Angeles to Washington, D.C., and never step foot inside a Subway, Mendocino Farms, the sandwich shop, or...
Man, who even believes that it's hard to have a vegan sandwich? Sandwiches are already plant-based. You have 2 huge chunks of bread filled with a couple of plants and a little bit of deli slices. Obviously, it's not hard to have a vegan sandwich.
Obviously, it's not hard to have a vegan sandwich. Bobby's Perspective, 2020.
Number 7. You'll become B12 deficient. Following a vegan diet is not the only time you will be at risk of a B12 deficiency. A number of experts have said that most people, plant-based or not, are vulnerable to becoming deficient in this.
Because people are already on a plant-based diet. I know this is hard to wrap your head around because you're watching animal snuff films every single day. You think that we're all eating so much bad meat. The reality of things is most people nowadays eat plant-based.
Yes, unfortunately, more and more people are going plant-based because we have this modern idea of ethics where we reduce unnecessary violence. But this is not the right way. We need to go back to the teachings of the Bible, where we commit violence because of our bigoted belief system. Why get B12 from something like a supplement or a fortified food when you could stone a woman to death for showing her ankles and you could get the B12 from her mutilated corpse?
Number 8. You can't eat out easily. Eating out as a vegan is harder than it has ever been. Restaurants and fast food chains are just not open to the idea of offering more vegan options. Except for White Castle, which offers the Impossible Slider, and Burger King, which offers the Impossible Whopper.
Great, let's support those companies. But as long as they don't have a vegan option, we will stand in front of their doors and demonstrate animal cruelty. However, once they bring in one plant-based patty, you will run inside. You can't wait to put that gunk into your mouth. Look at this, pathetic.
There's also KFC, which launched its vegan imposter burger across the UK in January 2020, has trialed Beyond Fried Chicken in various US locations, and after a successful test run, the vegan chicken sandwich from Light Life Foods is now part of the permanent menu in Canada. So, not much choice, really.
Yeah, look at that guy. He looks healthy.
Yeah, Bobby, I'm pretty sure most people who eat fast food aren't particularly concerned for their health, so I don't know why you have this double standard where you think vegan fast food has to be super healthy and make you look like a supermodel, but normal fast food, oh yeah, that's just junk, whatever. And look, so far, all of your arguments against a plant-based diet, it has been just health-related, like, oh, meat is healthier. Well, you know fast food is just junk for you anyway. So if it's going to be bad for you either way, why not promote the vegan, more ethical option where fewer animals get killed? But here you are saying, no, choose the option where more animals get brutally murdered. Yeah, this is the sort of brilliant, ethical reasoning that you'd get from a Christian who believes in a nonsense book that will tell you, oh yeah, gay sex is an absolute abomination and it's evil, but a man having hundreds of wives and sex slaves? Oh, well, that's just fine.
Number 9. You'll always be hungry.
Oh, I can't wait to see how they're gonna refute this one.
As has been highlighted throughout this list, there just isn't much for vegans to eat aside from grass. Unless you have access to nearby supermarkets, restaurants, delivery chains, or an abundance of simple plant-based recipes, you're going to go hungry. It's just a harsh truth of the plant-based way of too expensive. Going vegan can really break the bank, especially with all that extra lettuce you have to buy. Putting all jokes aside, because in case you didn't notice, this has all been one big wind-up. It's not easy for everyone to switch instantly to buying
You fooled me.
plant-based foods over their normal shop. However, beans, grains, and vegetables can be some of the cheapest items to
Can be some of the cheapest items. However, we know that no vegan ever follows a whole food plant-based diet. Nobody is eating only legumes and grains. And even this video advertised against it. You said that you're not eating only grass, nuts and seeds. You're eating what exactly? Meat replacements. Those replacements cost 10 times as much. Of course, veganism is more expensive.
buy.
So a vegan diet can be as cheap or as expensive as you'd like. If you want to save money, then eat cheap foods like beans, rice, potatoes. If you want to spend more money, then eat out more, eat at restaurants, choose more expensive food choices like Beyond Meat. It's up to you, and Bobby's just totally wrong here. Eating plant-based doesn't mean that, in general, your food expenses increase. And there's actual research on this. So here's a study titled Adopting a Plant-Based Diet Minimally Increases Food Cost in the Well Study. So this study was looking at whether or not a plant-based diet intervention would help out breast cancer survivors, and they actually looked at whether or not the dietary intervention would increase food costs. And what they found was that the women in the study who switched to the plant-based diet, their food spending increased by $1.22 per person per week. That is like literally nothing. So claiming that, oh my god, if you eat vegan, oh, you're gonna have to spend a ton of money. Yeah, about $1.25 a week. Whoa, yeah. And there was another study on Canada's Food Guide. So Canada's Food Guide was recently updated to be more plant-based. And this recent study found that moving to the more plant-based recommendations with the 2019 Food Guide would save a 4-person family about 6.8% on their annual grocery bill. So, generally speaking, doesn't really seem to change your grocery bill going plant-based. So, everything you said, Bobby, is complete nonsense, as usual. So, hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, maybe consider supporting me on Patreon or through my website. I have some funding perks you may find interesting. If you're looking for clothing, then check out the Vegan Gains store. And if you're looking for online coaching, then check out Quality Gains. He offers customized meal and training programs, and if you click the link in the description, you can get a free ebook. Also, check out my wife's OnlyFans. She's hot as hell. She does full nude, so if you're into that sort of thing, sub to her OnlyFans. And, of course, sub to my OnlyFans. I just had it up and running a few days ago, so if you want to see me naked, you want to see my pee-pee, sub to that. And, as always, keep making those vegan gains.
Beef. What a relief. When will this poisonous product cease? This is another public service announcement. You can believe it or you can doubt it. Let us begin now with the cow. The way it gets to your plate and how.